Now, the representatives of U.S., Ukraine and Russia will be in UAE on Friday as part of the latest efforts to end the war.
And Kremlin confirmed the meeting after President Vladimir Putin met with U.S. envoys in Moscow. Kremlin hailed the talks between Putin and U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner as useful in every respect. Putin's diplomatic advisor, Yuri Ushakov, informed that the first meeting of a trilateral working group on security issues will take place today in Abu Dhabi. Putin met the duo shortly before midnight in Moscow after U.S. President Donald Trump said a deal was reasonably close after meeting Ukraine's Zelensky.
Now, Trump's entourage in Davos included his special envoy Witkoff and his advisor and son-in-law Jared Kushner. Both men took a flight to Russia as soon as the meeting with the Ukrainian side was over.
Now, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky took a last-minute trip to Davos. After a much-awaited meet with U.S. President Donald Trump, he revealed that the first trilateral meeting between Ukraine, Russia and the U.S. will take place during the weekend in UAE.
Yes, American team will go to Moscow today. Yes, they waited for our meeting with President Trump, and now they will go, and my team will meet American team, and I think that it will be the first trilateral meeting in Emirates. It will be tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Yes, it will be 2 days meetings in Emirates.
The eighth meeting between Zelensky and Trump lasted for an hour. U.S. President expressed pessimistic optimism for peace and emphasized that Ukraine war has to end.
A lot of people being killed. Last month they had 30,000 people killed, 30,000 mostly soldiers. And it's really a war that has to end.
What do you expect?
We're meeting with Russia. That'll take place tomorrow. We're going to be meeting with President Putin. Had a very good meeting with President Zelensky. Everybody wants to have the war end.
What do you mean by total access in Greenland?
But just as U.S. President was promising peace, Russia was unleashing a drone strike on Dnipro. The latest strikes injured 7 while destroying multiple residential buildings.
Since Donald Trump took office, diplomatic efforts to end Russia-Ukraine war have taken place across the globe. From Washington to Istanbul and Moscow, planes have landed and they have crisscrossed across the globe with the plans.
Well, with latest line of talks to take place in UAE, once again the focus will be on territorial concessions and security guarantees. Ukrainian president has previously said that 10% of the deal remains for tangible peace. But will UAE have the talks? Will they pave the path for Russia and Ukraine to bridge the gap of 10%? We'll have to wait and see.
And to give us more details on this story, our correspondent Susan Tenay sent us this report from New York. Let's listen in.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced that trilateral talks between Ukraine, Russia, and the United States are expected to take place in the United Arab Emirates this Friday and Saturday. This is the first time that all 3 countries, the U.S., Russia, and Ukraine, will meet at the same table in the United Arab Emirates since the full-scale invasion of Ukraine began in 2022. The U.S. and Russia have met separately, and of course Ukrainian officials have met separately on their own as well. This kind of 3-party diplomatic meeting involving all sides directly is unprecedented in this format and of course location, marking a significant, though tentative way of exploring peace for Ukraine. Details of the format is still forthcoming, but the talks do reflect an effort, at least on the part of the United States, that diplomatic engagement may end the ongoing war. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.